All right, so Nancy Pelosi starts snapping at a reporter and puts a finger in her face when being asked about January 6th. I know, remember that, January 6th? Well, turns out now Pelosi told her to shut up. Don't believe me? Here you go.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it.
Whoa, lady, what?
Shut up.
Shut up.
I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with up?
I refused the National Guard on January 6th.
Shut up. I did not refuse the
Shut up. Say it again.
Guard on January 6th.
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Well, I like that freeze frame right there. She's like, damn, Pelosi told me to shut up. Hey, you can write that off into the sunset. That's absolutely beautiful. So, senior U.S. Democrat Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi snapped at a journalist who asked about her conduct during January 6th. I know, January 6th, Pelosi. Everyone seems to forget that Pelosi, you know, throughout all this time is still carrying on with that burden. With the burden of what happened on that day. Now, obviously, January 6th, the way I view it, the way how everyone's been talking about it, and I do mean everyone, I think it's been blown out of proportion. I think it's what definitely opened the door for more online censorship and suppression because, you know, we got hit with a community guideline a long time ago, even though what we were being accused of was never true, like at all, you know, but whatever. Hey, water under the bridge, right? Water under the bridge, as it should be. But I want to remind everybody that's the conduct of the most powerful Democrat congresswoman in the United States Congress. You know, there's better ways to say it than just shut up. Sometimes it's best not to say anything at all. I want to pull up this video here, okay? Because it is imperative. It is imperative that we do play this because this was from on that day. So let me go ahead and remove this article here because I'll return back to the article, but there's some other stuff that must be brought to the attention. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Apart because it's a diversionary tactic.
Understood. So we can pull this card out. Once he's going to finish this card, we can pull it out for Q&A.
Okay. And then we can't say we will impeach him. We can say we'll call for it. We don't know because we don't have all the blue dogs with us on this subject.
Sure he is.
So let's look at the words. Okay, what else you got?
Okay, so just finishing this card.
Well, I would just say, and to declare every day at the Capitol a national security event. You understand what I'm saying?
That's good.
What a mess. What a mess. Did you have any confidence in this? I mean, son, what do you think then?
I think that it was the plan that
Remember when people used to wear masks? I remember that.
they briefed on with the number of stakeholders that have signed off on it. We had some anxiety just about the
I'm
presence.
just on that in before you.
Oh, he was on our first choice before today. No. We've always been skeptical. Always been skeptical of some. He's terrible relationships with the union. He's particularly been, I think, not great handling the coronavirus pandemic with the workforce. He has done some good things well. He's hired well at the sort of third tier rank. He's done some things on the operational side. But he's not a strong leader.
Well, maybe we can say it this way. We can say, why don't we salute the whatever, blah, 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 for the failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police, and that's why I'm calling for the resignation. So let's soften it to them, and then there's a failure of leadership at the
Sounds
top.
good.
And then,
So Irving,
there's no use keeping somebody around who's gonna blow it, right? That, you know,
you're gonna have to have a transition period anyway,
Yeah.
Irving. You're gonna have to have a
He's
transition
already
period
going.
anyway.
He's already going.
who?
Already.
Irving?
Yeah, we've been holding on his
No,
retirement
I understand that, but he wasn't going before the inauguration, is that correct?
only as a favor to us.
I don't care, I'm just talking about what is this?
Yeah, he
What
was
is
gonna
inauguration?
stay through February until we found a replacement.
But was he just incapable? I mean, he's a Secret Service guy.
He, in our conversation with him immediately preceding this meeting, was very transparent about what he thought the mistakes that he made were, which were underestimating the crowd size and underestimating the president's influence inside the crowd.
Then I will say that, further I'm announcing.
You know, there's a great wise man who once said this.
All lies will be exposed.
Even in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 30, and in on infinitum, long after yours truly is dead. Because after all, when you have a face like this, when you know you caused the Speaker of the House to blow a gasket right there, I'm not saying I fell in love. But you captured my heart in 30 seconds. Kit, don't do it. Don't do it, Kit.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
Sorry, just got to pause again with that smile. Just... I might have different thoughts with somebody politically or socially, but you know what? It's stuff like that that makes my heart just skip a few times. Just love it. Love it. Hey, sometimes you get gems like this. So, of course, why is this important? Because the Democrats have long accused President Donald Trump of inciting an insurrection. Now, if that was an insurrection, it was the most soft, weak, pathetic insurrection I've ever saw in my entire life. Ladies will say, I've seen insurrections bigger. Maybe guys can too. Inclusive of all. Maybe we've all seen insurrections bigger than that. No pun intended. But let's really look at the bigger picture here. I mean, since January 6th, the fallout was more online censorship, something that everyone in independent media, left and right, know all too well. But at the same time, too, notice the emotional response from Pelosi. I mean, eventually, after a while, everything's going to be revealed. I mean, January 7th, sorry. Oh, January 6th. Haha, getting that confused. January 6th, this 2021 riot that took place. Riot, I say. Was not an earth-shattering event. I mean, if you look at other countries, when people storm their parliament, I mean, they go all in. And while it was nothing in comparison to its predecessors, I mean, we here in the United States know something about a revolution. I mean, that's how we were founded. And if you look at other countries and how they stormed their parliaments or senates, I mean, look what happened in South Korea when the South Korean president tried to declare martial law. You had politicians going under the sewers, climbing over walls, standing up against police and military forces, doing whatever they could to reverse that order. I mean, shoot, give me a politician that's willing to do that. I mean, that's how you know you got somebody who loves and represents their district. Again, I notice corruption on many levels, but do you see a U.S. congressman or woman, a U.S. senator doing that? No, you don't. You'll never get that. And Pelosi and everyone else that capitalized on January 6th to try to weaponize this against Trump are realizing now that their story is falling apart. And anyone that's trying to hold on to that narrative is coming to the realization that Pelosi was not in command. And when her emotions are out of check like this, You get pure gold like this.
Congresswoman Pelosi, are you at all concerned that the new January 6th committee will find you liable for that day? Are you at all concerned about the new January 6th committee finding you liable for that day? Why did you refuse the National Guard on January 6th?
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points as if you're a serious journalist?
The American people want to know. We still have questions. Thank you.
I just had to see that again. I know people are saying, "Don't do it, Kit. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can't stop me. You can't stop me from falling in love. You can't stop me. All right." And by the way, Mastermind Hour says she is so pissed that her dentures almost flew out of her mouth. Come on, Mastermind, be nice. Everybody be nice. Freddie G, maybe. And of course, praise be our prophet Pope and the many saints of Hard Lens Media. Of course, always. But as a final note to this, the narrative around what took place on January 6, 2021 is lying. It's crumbling. It never had a leg to stand on. It is built on shaky ground that has no substance whatsoever. And sadly, now the Democrats, they don't really have much. I mean, do you see corporate media or everybody else hyping up? I mean, you'll occasionally get a piece here and there, but the world moved on from January 6th. And I'm just going to say this here too. The people who were wrongly detained, because what they don't tell you or what people are forgetting is that those doorways, yes, there was violence, there was confrontation, but there were some areas in the Capitol where the doors were open and said, "Come on in. Come on in." And now it's slowly being revealed, at least allegedly, as more evidence will happen, because there's always a process. Wheels of justice move slow. Of wait a minute. Oh no. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. There might have been FBI agents in that crowd, and there could have been agitators, which is why I always say to people on the left and on the right, if you're doing a protest or a counter protest, yes, you have your right for free speech. Just beware of those agitators and people who seem to be a little itchy, a little buggy, a little squarey in the eye. Always got to be careful of that.